Alright folks, big news, Samsung just dropped their brand new lineup of devices, including the all-new Galaxy S25 series. There are 3 models in this new lineup, the Galaxy S25, S25 Plus, and the S25 Ultra. Let's dive into everything that's new with these flagship devices, starting with the design. When it comes to the S25 and S25 Plus, these two are very similar to last year's S24 and S24 Plus. I mean, they're basically twins, which isn't too surprising since Samsung likes to keep things consistent. But hey, we've got new colors. The fresh shades include Silver Shadow, Mint, Icy Blue, and Navy. Plus, there are some cool online-only colors like blue, black, pink, gold, and my personal favorite, coral red. In terms of size, these phones are now a little thinner and lighter. The S25 is just 7.2 millimeters thick, down from 7.6 millimeters last year, and lighter at 162 gram, down from 168. The S25 Plus is also thinner at 7.3 millimeters, down from 7.7 millimeters, and weighs 190 grams, down from 197. The only other update, the base S25 now comes with 12 gigs of RAM across all models, which is an upgrade from last year's S24 that had an 8 gigs version. Now moving on to the S25 Ultra, this one's got some noticeable design tweaks. For the first time, the corners are slightly rounded. Don't get me wrong, it still has that boxy vibe, but those softer edges give it a much more comfortable and elegant feel in the hand. Plus, it's thinner and lighter too, weighing in at 218 gram, compared to the S24 Ultra's 233, and just 8.2 millimeters thick, down from 8.6 millimeters. Battery-wise, all 3 phones share the same battery capacity as last year's models, which is fine, but what's a bit of a letdown is that none of them support Qi 2 magnetic wireless charging. Samsung's new cases offer support for it, but I was really hoping the phones would come with this feature built in, especially since I prefer using my phone without a case. Now let's talk about the S Pen. It's still here with the Ultra, but there's a pretty big change. The S Pen no longer supports Bluetooth. That means no more using it as a remote to take pictures or control your phone from a distance. Samsung says that hardly anyone was actually using this feature, which is fair, but I think this might be a bit controversial, my guess. The Bluetooth S Pen will probably make a comeback in next year's S26 Ultra. On to cameras, the S25 Ultra gets an upgraded ultra-wide lens, bumping up from 12 megapixel to a massive 50 megapixel. This should improve ultra-wide shots and, even better, allow for much higher quality macro shots. That's something I'm excited to test out. However, I'm a little bummed that the 3x telephoto lens hasn't been upgraded. It's still the same 10 megapixel lens we've had for a few years now. Maybe that's something Samsung is saving for next year. Now, even though the camera hardware on the S25 and S25 Plus remains the same, there are a ton of new software features that could make a big difference. For example, you can now shoot video in log mode, which gives you more flexibility when color grading. All 3 phones now shoot 10-bit HDR video by default, and Samsung's noise processing has been improved, meaning cleaner videos, even in low light. But that's not all. There's also a cool new feature called Audio Razer. After filming a video, you can use AI to isolate and adjust different audio components. For instance, if you're shooting in a noisy place, you can reduce background noise or isolate music. How cool is that? Samsung has also revamped their Galaxy AI and One UI 7. The new AI is super integrated into your day-to-day experience, making things way more seamless. Like, imagine watching a YouTube video on cool spots to visit in San Jose, and you want to save a list of all the places mentioned. Now you can just ask Galaxy AI to do that for you without lifting a finger. There's also this awesome AI Select feature that lets you save event info directly into your calendar. Super handy. There are also new features like a personalized daily briefing and a call recording/transcription tool. One of the coolest things, though, is how these features are all integrated into your phone experience. You'll actually use them without thinking twice. One thing to note, though, these new AI features will probably make their way to older Samsung phones in the next few months. So, if you're on the fence about upgrading, maybe wait and see if these features show up on your current device. So there you have it, your first look at Samsung's new S25 lineup. I'll be doing a more in-depth review of the S25 Ultra soon, so make sure you're subscribed for that. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next one. Until then, take care.